Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video I'll be going through my team reveal for round 6 in what involves another injury trade, as Carney went down injured in round 5 and is out for 6 weeks. So that means that I basically lost 270k, and that pretty much means that all the trades that I could possibly do are pretty much hamstrung, because I couldn't get up to a big midfielder or anything like that, or get up to a big, like for instance, as simple as that, if that 270k or Webster, or if I'd gone Sheeran instead there, I wouldn't have to be getting in the defender that I'm getting in, and I'd be able to just go, probably just be able to go, honestly, Finn, Ramos, and also Goody up to a big midfielder, I think, as that be 170k, 220, so about 390k plus Goody, and then I'd have a little bit of leftover cash, I'm pretty sure, from last week from memory. But yeah, just horrific trading again, annoying trading again in a sense. But yeah, that's pretty much been my season. It's pretty much been whoever's out. I seem to be picking up the injury a week prior. But anyway, let's just jump into this video. Here, as you see, the trades, as you see, Goody out, Carney out, and Ramos out for Bacon was basically the only midfielder that I was just like, there's any value in. Prisparkas basically trying to get that upgrade here, because yeah, if you look at it, I don't really want to be playing Finn on field, and there's not really any defenders in the sort of 300k price bracket that I'm like, I need to have. Fitzpatrick did go 51, which is a little bit helpful, but I mean, she's gone 10 before, so I don't really want to play her on field. Gamble, 42, I don't really want to play that on field either, I don't think. And Veria, I could play her on field, I guess. I guess that is an option there. Let me just check this. If I go to Frio here, Veria's played 11%. If I just go to Veria here as well, as I was looking up different options. Yes, that is the one that I want. Let's just check here. Veria, 28, 42, 51, 55. Played, I guess, on a wing, that is. 16 the week before is not the kindest. 26, 37. I just don't like it as much, to be honest with you. If she's not getting any CBAs, then it's not really working for her, it doesn't look like, and I don't really want probably a 40 out there. But then again, let's just quickly run through this with a Veria in there. So if I was to go sorry, I should actually do this the other way around. If I was to go Carney to, say, Veria there, that gives 346k. Then I was to go Goody and Ramos as well. That would give 1.1458. And then we go to midfielders. Then we go here. We go all prices. Then we go. Just thinking about it. Yeah, no, can't even get to the likes of Morrison there. Don't really want McCarthy there as it either. Hurley, I don't think will work terribly well, to be honest with you. Nansquan, no. Mark, no. There's just no one here, really, looking at it. Like, you could go single, but is single really going to pop up too much with Whitford out? I don't think so. Like, she's gone 67, 97, 85, 105. Morrison, no. So, like, there's just no one there that I really like the look of. Maybe Maddie Prisparkas, but I don't really like the look of her too much. She's averaging 92. Like, I want someone more so. You could go West there either. 95, 96 average, last 3, 102. So I just don't like that as much compared to just going Carney, Goody, and what would be Ramos there to, yeah, those girls to the likes of, who's up first? Heads, which isn't the greatest. She isn't in the best of form. Well, isn't in the best of form this year, but had a good game last week. And then Prisparkas here. So it's just going chump change it, just hoping it works out, basically. It's as simple as that. Just because there's basically no one that I can get to, just because I lost cash on. Just look at all the cash that I lost last week. I lost, even Ramos made 69k, but those three combined lost 200k. So if I just made, if I just gone Sheeran, over the likes of Carney. Sheeran would have made, it would have been a 300k swing in team value. So that's as simple as that, as well as like a good 100 points or so, give or take. So that's just how bad it was of a trade, that one. At least the captaincy choice is easy in row bottom this week compared to Prasparkas. Unless Prasparkas goes like 170 tonight or whatever, then I will be going row bottom because I can use the Smith loophole there. My forward line, hopefully Huntington actually scores this week. That's the second time I've left a 90 on the bench, I believe. But yeah, the team's getting to a point where it's sort of complete, but it's more complete with mid prices rather than your actual sort of full-on top of the line girls. That's what I mean by heads and sort of Prasparkas and Huntington and Campbell to a certain extent. And I mean O'Dowd. So I've still got like 3 or 4 mid prices in there rather than the top of the line girls, which kind of sucks in the end of the day. If we just look at the midfielders where I'm sort of leaking points, you'll see if I just go to here, I've got 2 of the top 5, but then Conti's there, but then it's really, I'm just missing out on all of this mess here to wherever the likes of Goering at 85, and so yeah, I'm just sort of missing out on all that, which isn't the best. It hasn't been the best year for me in general, but I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, just looking at this is how I'm going to line up. Hopefully Finn, who has probably got a break even of like, I guess 60 odd or so, 49 for Finn. So hopefully she can put out a 70, because if she puts out a 75, she goes up 75k and 75k cash gen, 230k. Add that to potentially Hartle, who's probably got about a 40 break even as well, if I get rid of the defender here. Hartle 43, so she's probably going to lose all her cash, to be honest with you. Which isn't good. But hopefully those two can somehow put up something. Bacon as well. Hopefully Bacon, if Bacon can put up somehow like a 60 or a 75, then I'll have enough cash gen to be able to upgrade O'Dowd hopefully to someone. But O'Dowd is on a double, so I probably won't even upgrade her. So then it probably comes down to upgrading Campbell to someone on the double next week in the forward line. But there isn't many in the forward line on a double in the final game week. Just looking here, maybe Gould, but then again, Gould is just a key forward, so you don't really want to go there. So it might, I just don't know if there's anyone that I really like the look of that is a forward, to be honest with you. It might just be getting her up to like a Gabby O'Sullivan or a Cynthia Hamilton or something. Because yeah, that is what it is. If we just go here, actually now thinking about it, if we just go Campbell, Carney, and say a Ramos, what can I get up to? Can I get up to Gabby O'Sullivan? Yep. And then I'd have 799k. Is there any defenders in that sort of range there? You get Steen. Yeah, Webster. No, there's not really anyone. If I was to go up to Goody and then have to play Ramos on field, which would absolutely suck, but it would allow me to get to the sort of defender that I would want. It wouldn't even allow, yes, it would allow that. It would allow that, and then I'd have a midfield slot that needs 348k. Well, that would get Bacon as well, so maybe I can go that way as well. But is Prasparkas going to make enough? That would sort out that. That would sort out that pretty much, and it would just mean that this last slot. Let's check. Midfielders on the double that I can afford, and you just go here and you go, well, there is pretty much no one that's going to probably play. It would be like grabbing up O'Rourke, who probably won't even play. I don't know. Let's actually look at their who's in there. So you got Bragg, Thorne, Kennedy, Featherstone. Who do they really have as a fourth on baller here? They might not have anyone. That's a key defender, so you're not going to play her. O'Rourke is on ball. Thorne, I don't think, is an on baller. So maybe this is the way to go. Thorne is an on baller. Damn it. What did Thorne do? What's Thorne priced at? Thorne is priced at 306. Defender, though. Defender status, but what does she do? Let me just check this. Thorne. Is it that one? I thought it was a different Thorne. Caitlin Thorne with her. doesn't come up, which is a weird one. It's a weird one. Nope, don't want that. Caitlin Thorne, what did she do? Let's just check. Is it in here? Geelong. Let's just see. Is there anything? Geelong, Thorne 40% and didn't play the week after. Maybe she actually is the one to grab up Thorne here. Just thinking about it. This is an interesting one. Let's just see if O'Rourke has any O'Rourke there. Let's just see what's O'Rourke's stats like. They're not the greatest, to be honest with you, in the VFLW, played off half back, and then in the Colts League she did well, but she hasn't had anything else to go by. That would be a massive risk to play her on field, I guess, in a way, given that she hasn't really done much. Let's look at the injury report for Geelong Cats. Let's look at their injury report. There we go. Let's look at this. Then we go week 6. There we go. Let's just check this. Race of skills, positions, O'Rourke. Yep. Let's just see damaging forwards, father-daughter, defender. She's going to play probably a defender role. So you know what I will actually probably do, if I can make it work. So yeah, not that. Let's just see. I'm sort of mulling over options here. Is it possible to do Presparkis? I don't know if this will necessarily work. I think I fall like 2k short of this. Heads. And then 302k when I need like 306k to do Thorne, which is annoying. Like literally one Carney kick or something away, or one Finn kick away from doing that set of trades as well. So it basically falls back down to, as simple as it is, back to the 3 trades that I've got here in heads. Let's just try something else here. Carney and then Goody here. What can I get to? So if I want a forward, and I want weak points, I want average for forwards on the double game week, get rid of the mids. You got Hamilton, O'Sullivan, Maloney I don't want, Friswell I don't really want. Let's just try this, and then I'd have about 840, it's 940k. Defenders, let's just try this, and then I'd have 370k. What about if I was to, nope, that wouldn't work either. 370k for a midfielder. Are there any? Oh man, this is tough to even try and find an option. Webster, Gay, Newton, Smith, O'Driscoll, no. Tarrant, no. Let's go to weak points. Let's just see if there's anyone here. If I was to go heads, and then I'd have 600k for a midfielder. There anyone? Nope, there's no one there. So yeah, it kind of becomes not really an option there, pretty much, just looking through this. And this is why I'm so cash strapped. Like, are you really going to play Hassinger on field? I don't think so. Like, she's played a 29, 26, and then a 55 last week. I don't think you're going to play any of these other girls on field. Like, you could go Verrier, but then you'd have 850k for a midfielder, which there aren't many midfielders that you go there. Imagine if I ended up with Breed and Goering down there. Oof, that would be quite a turnaround. Yeah, I just don't think there's many other options, basically. I want to get rid of Campbell, just because her role is, like, really, really poor. But there isn't many options to say that there are down there. So is there anything that I can go? Is there any way that I can go something like heads and then go O'Sullivan, maybe? Is there any way to do Sullivan there? And then I'd have 459k to go and grab up. Is there any, let's just see this. Maybe this is the way to go around it. Stone, maybe, midfielder. 29 plays 16. Don't really like that. Vale Cooper. Do we just gun it on Cooper and just hope that she plays both games? Could do that, I guess, and maybe make some cash in out of that. Single game week. Meg Robertson coming off of her 63 plays Brisbane. Bacon Ford. Bradford plays Melbourne. You could do that maybe and just hope that she scores well. I mean, there's not really many to go for, to be honest with you. Goody plays West Coast and maybe she can put up a score there. And then that would fix Campbell. Would get Gabby O'Sullivan, get heads in there. I'd have 150. Okay. Robinson plays Brisbane. Wow, this is almost a tough one to pick. Ford, no. What do we say for doubles? You got Gala. He's put up all right scores, but nothing too extreme. I have Stone here. Stone been playing on ball or whatnot. Let's check this. Let's go to Hawthorn. Stone played 18% the week before, but then nothing else really outside of that. There's not much, to be honest with you. Is there any way that I can go? Is there any defenders in that sort of range anyway? No, not really. Mitchell did score all right, but she's a key, so I won't be going there. Georgia Clark, no. Is Georgia Clark the one? No, that's not the one that got knocked out. Fitzpatrick, Stevenson, no. Gamble. This one is just... I'm just looking at options, just going, there's not much here just because of this 270k hole from Carney. If she got injured and was dropped down to only like 800k, so much easier to make this trade. But yeah, there's just not much to really go for in the midfield here. I'd have to go Stone or something like that, but I don't know if... Is there anyone lined up or ready to play? Playing, let's just see. O'Rourke, I don't really want to play her as she's just a defender. I think she might not score that well. But she's the only one named this week so far. And we won't only get the who's playing on the Wednesdays. That's the only one we'll get tonight as well. So we won't get much. So it might just be, do I just go like Cooper and then just hope that she puts up an all right score? Or do I go like what do I do here? What was Cooper's time on ground? Let's just see that. Or plays I can afford. I don't know why it's like clicked into. Oh, that's why. I forgot to click out of that. Go there. And then what's Cooper? 73, 77. Let's just see. Let's go to Cooper. Do we just gun it on Cooper and just hope? Like, is that what we do? She played 16, 70, 74 when she played off half back. She's playing mostly sort of, it's almost like a wing. You know what? Stuff it. Let's just have some fun, honestly. This is not going to turn out well, but I'm just going to do it just because I can. And that's what we're going to do. And then just sort of wait. So that's, so 529k. If I go up another 150k, is there anyone in that sort of 600, 500 price bracket, 600 price bracket? Nope, no one there. In the higher 400s, there's no one. And then in the lower 600s, there's Runnels, but I don't know if I'd be able to get up to 150k, add that onto. So I'd be about, what's that? 144k onto that, plus another 41 is 145, 185k. So I'd have about 607 or 608. Stratton is just out of my reach, just quietly, and that's about it. So, yep, we're just gonna run that and just hope, honestly, that that is the way it goes. This is probably not going to work well. But I need to fix Campbell, to be honest with you, who I think that's a huge... So Holly Cooper's probably going to burn, 100 points or so to Prasparkas, 120 points to Prasparkas, but... Because I burn... It all comes down to what do I think Campbell's going to score now, thinking about it. Because if Campbell's going to score like 20 or 30, then she's going to burn a lot of cash, whereas Gabby O'Sullivan... could potentially put... Gabby O'Sullivan's probably going to put about 130, 140, I would think, on the likes of... But then again, she scored like 70s and 80s. Do I just back in Campbell, who... let's just look at... Oopsie, not that. Didn't want that. What's my charge? 8%. Going to need to charge it. Grace... 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120, 121, Campbell. Let's just look at that. Was that her like lowest score of all time? 94% told for a 17. Playing pretty much, I mean, CBAs were lost. When she's played 0 CBAs, she's had an 81 before as well. 0 CBAs for a 61. So I think this was probably just an outlier performance. But then again, you see these type of roles where she didn't score well. Okay. Who does Campbell play is the big question now. Who do Campbell play? Let's just go to Campbell here. And they play Richmond. Richmond's going to be a tough opponent. Has she played Richmond before? Just looking quietly here. She played Richmond for a 21 and 21.5 across 2 games with a 13 and a 30. Wow, this isn't looking too bleak. This is looking very bleak, I should say. What do I think? She probably is only going to... Say she scores a 30. I think she'll only score a 30. Gabby O'Sullivan's going to probably score pretty well. But yeah, I just don't like that. I'm going to go with the one that I thought initially, which is this one here, and just run with it. So it's Nick Bacon, I need Prasparkas, and I need Sparkus, and I need also Heads here as well. That's what I'm going to... No, I want that. That's what I'm going to go for in the end. A lot of pondering, to be honest with you, and a lot of pondering. But yeah, just going through this option, I just think this one is the best one. It gets me Prasparkas, who I think is very, very underpriced. Heads, who I think... Well, Heads is negligible in her difference. But yeah, I just think Prasparkas will potentially... I think Prasparkas could score 200, and I don't think Campbell... I think Campbell will score a lot better than what she's had. I think she gets back to, even just looking at Campbell back here, she had in that Sydney game 0 CBAs for a 48, so I think that she can score somewhat. And I think that they probably need her in the middle, to be honest. If Bonici's going to go down and Davey isn't going to be back by then, I don't know. So yeah, we'll see about that. I just hope they put her in the midfield, as she's probably a much better midfielder than a half forward. But anyway, that is the long-winded video there going through my team reveal for round 5. And I ended up going with the option that I thought initially about on the Sunday night or the Monday when it opened up first, this was sort of my first option. But a lot of pondering. You probably could have skipped through about half that video, because I ended up just going through and selecting the option that I had originally. But anyway, that is the video. If you did enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe, turn on the notification bell so you know when I upload, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.